Yeah, what return how to get self-awareness.
Alright, so I guess again, according to a reliable source, there's two types of. Are you recording?
Yeah, you're basically heavy.
Yeah, there's two types of self-awareness. It's public, which is how you appear to other people, how other people perceive you, and then there's private, which is what I feel like we've been talking about like the whole time, which is like being able to notice and reflect on your like own internal state and stuff. And I think also like approaching your own thoughts and feelings and reactions with curiosity.
Curiosity.
Yeah, I think that's what actually makes a difference. I think people don't ask why, which is why I feel like that's the difference between what like us like other people, which are so early.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
people don't ask why. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like,
They just go with it.
because I think as kids, like even like as a kid, my mom used to tell me like I used to be like super inquisitive. Like I used to be asking like, what's this like? Why is this like this? And my sister,
Hey, they said the same thing about me
yeah,
too.
and my sisters like that too.
Yeah.
So I think it is maybe something that some people are just kind of like born with, where you're able to just be like, you just like have a natural curiosity, not just for the outside world. So I think like after a while, like I think when you get older, actually, like that's when you start like start like thinking about like yourself, but like actually like looking at your own.
Yeah, but like, what reason wouldn't you have to be? I mean, like, why wouldn't you be curious about yourself?
Um, Again, I think also like I think privilege plays a big thing in this. Like I think we're privileged enough to have certain things sorted out. Like we don't have to worry about like paying rent, the lights, food, that kind of stuff. So I think we were able to have not free time, but like we have this extra space in our minds and in our lives to ask why. Like we were comfortable enough to be like why. And I think some people don't have that luxury. Like I think imagine like a taxi driver or like someone who sells like snacks in the corner of the road, or like a nurse, or just like any person who works like a regular 9 to 5.
Yeah,
Like you wake up, you go to work, you have the whole day at work, you're working, you get home, you're tired, you sleep. You don't have like the time to sit down and be like, also maybe because of like also yeah, but like you don't have the time to sit down and be like, this whole week I was angry. Why was I angry? You know what I mean? Like what triggered my anger most of the time? Has this like happened in the past before, like a similar situation? Like even like the show like
Midnight Gospel.
yeah, Midnight Gospel, like they say, like tracing back, like mindfulness is kind of like you start trying to get to like the root of an emotion. For example, like anxiety, like you look at anxiety is like it's sort of like a flower. And if you wanna like, find like not the cause of the anxiety, but like trying to find what triggers you, like you have to get to the root of the problem. And I think you have to kind of like not you have to like reflect. You have to have time to sit down and be introspective. Like you have to sit down and be like, okay.
Wait, so you think like, are you saying like most of the, because I think I saw something where it's like only like 10% of people are like self-aware. So are you saying like if people had time to like sit down and think and like be with themselves,
Yeah.
they'd be self-aware?
Yeah, 100%.
I see. That's why I don't agree with that.
I think being introspective doesn't also just have to do with like sitting down and thinking. I think like journaling, therapy, maybe even like talking to like your friends and stuff, can help you like get things out that you've been thinking about, and like maybe their opinions can like make you think about certain things, and like make you think about, oh, this person thinks like this, like why do they think like that? Where you can be like, I admire this about this person, like how can I not how can I be like them, but like how can I adopt those qualities into my life.
I disagree.
Why?
I just think there's some people who will never have the ability to be introspective. I just they
You think that's more for like a self-inflicted thing in the sense that like they choose not to not to be self-aware, or like it's just something that like not genetic, but like just something in their brain that's just like it'll never
No,
actually
I feel like, like when you're like so stuck in your ways that like, nothing is ever gonna like in your little world, like nothing is ever gonna change like you being stuck in your ways. That's why I feel like some people they could never like. I feel like to be introspective, right? You have to be okay with understanding that okay, maybe I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. But there's genuinely people I don't think that they can accept like my view on this or the world is actually wrong.
yeah.
So I think they'll just never be able to be introspective.
I hear that. I think like also like interpreting your thoughts objectively, like it sounds simple, but like I think that's a hard thing.
I say it's like the hardest thing ever.
I think it's easy to be like, yeah, I feel anxious, or like it's easy to be like, okay, maybe like I act like this towards people, right? It's easy to be like that, right? But then you can be like, or you can be like, okay, for example, I'm gonna use like a very wild example. Like, there's some people who be like, nah, like I'm overly touching with girls. Yeah, it's like, it's fine, right? But then that's from their own subjective, like, standpoint. I think it's very hard for a person to be like, how would this look to like a person maybe like just standing like watching, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's hard to look objectively at your own actions. And no, I think it's easy to recognize that I'm touching girls. For just as an example, it's easy to recognize that.
Yeah.
But then it's hard to then remove yourself from your own actions and try and look at it from like an objective point of view of like the point of view like of a reasonable person, like we were saying earlier.
Yeah.
I think that's a very hard thing to do.
Yeah, I agree. And you're looking at yourself from an objective like point of view. I think it's the hardest thing ever. Because I think like with some people, like they can actually like the bad things about themselves, they cannot like they can't accept it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they can't accept it. Like I've never heard a guy say like, okay, maybe I have like I don't get girls because I'm a loser. Like a guy would never say that. He's gonna blame something. It has to be like, nah, the way these hands are these days. That's why they like that. They're gonna blame something. They can never like, hey, this is my fault. I don't have friends because of me. I'm the problem.
Yeah.
People like,
yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
Hey, it's hard to do that.
Yeah, it's hard to see yourself as a problem.
Like I've never heard of a person call themselves dumb. Like, hey, like I'm not even joking with you. Whenever like top 20, like in school, you'll never hear a person say, hey, I'm too dumb to be in top 20. It's always, nah, that guy works harder than me.
Nah, maths, nah, science.
Like, nah, if I study just as hard as that guy, I'd be like him.
Yeah.
No, nigga, you just stupid. So yeah, it's hard to look at yourself from like an objective point of view. That's why I was saying like introspection. No, I don't think it's about like a time thing. I just feel like some people they'll just never have it.
Hey, there's this thing that they taught in the Kiso called like radical acceptance, which is kind of like, I think, okay, like let me give an example. Like let's say a person is in a Kiso because they were like abused by a parent or whatever, right?
Yeah.
They get like you have to get there and like they'd be like, yeah, my parents beat me. They did this to me. They're the reasons I'm in here. They're the reason I'm like this. And like I accept that. Like yourself, you have to be okay with that.
What do you mean okay with that?
Yeah, like you have to be like
okay with that it happened.
Yeah.
Oh.
You have to be you have to like radical acceptance. Like you have to accept like crazy things, which is like something like what you're saying. Like people like it's hard for a person to like look at their bad qualities and just like accept that like, yeah, I'm a dumbass nigga.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a loser. I'm a weirdo. I think it's hard for a person to like, because I remember when I first got there, like I was very upset with my parents, and I was talking to like one of the therapists, and they were like, I was like, nah, like fuck my parents. Like what their reason? And they's like, yeah, but like you have to accept it. I'm like, what? I'm like, hey, now I'm like, hey, you're tripping, bro. And then he's like, dude, like you're the one that's like suffering. Like your parents are fine, but they're chilling. They're out there. Like you're the one that's suffering. And then I remember like the whole like even like it took me like a whole year to even like get to a point where I had to be okay with like the things that happened, like
Yeah. Just right now. Oh, it's okay. Very well.